Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video, guys. As always, I'd like to say thanks to all of the new subscribers as we continue to grow this channel, build a good community around good people that we can help each other. I want to say thanks again. So, I make video about my portfolio alone. I am a 52-year-old man that only makes video about my portfolio. So I like to get that clear in the beginning. And remember, guys, this is not financial advice, okay? If you use this stuff, you use it as your own free risk, as I like to say. All right, guys, so let's get down to business because today the market decided to show its tiny. Okay? Everything looked decent. The portfolio is looking decent. We are recuperating some of the losses, which is always a good thing, right? When we start to gain back some of the losses that we lost in the past weeks, and build back our portfolio up and build back income. Now, today you can see, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Google, Tesla, everybody is up, which is a good thing. But we got to check out crypto and see what crypto does, right? What crypto has done. 'Cause I've been trying to sell YBit in my retirement account, right? Because I need to buy some Tesla before, not Tesla. I need to buy some, what the MARO, MARO. I need to buy some of that. I need to buy some PLTY before the end of business day on Wednesday. So before the market closes on Wednesday. So I got to do this sometime today, right? Now, my my Tesla, I keep saying Tesla. My what is it? My YBit. Um, I was waiting for it to get to $10.30 before I sell. It got all the way up to $10.28, and I was like, well, I'll wait and see what they do in the aftermarket. So if it continues to grow, I'm watching it right now. And once it gets to where the other thing didn't go through, so I'm gonna see how high it can go in the aftermarket in the extended hour. And if it does go over what I need it to be, I'm gonna sell it. But 1030 was the mark because I bought it. I bought at 1028. So I figure I can sell at 1030, and that would bring down the losses because I need to put that money into PLTY and MARO tomorrow, so I can get the shares. The dividends. I can get the dividends on Friday, so that way our dividend portfolio can do a little something, right? Anyway, let's look at some crypto real quick, right? I'm trying to make this video quick because a little ninja is not asleep. I don't want to call no name because I don't want her to run over here. Now, you see, Bitcoin is this thing. Bitcoin been up in the last 24 hours, 4.61%. Ethereum been up 7.91%. So that is good for me because those are the things that I invest in, especially into yield max stuff. We buy yield max. A lot of the stuff have to do with Bitcoin, and Coinbase and stuff like that. So when this company do good, in return we do all right because we need our money to get up there. Now, I do have some Shiba in the last 24 hours. Shiba has been up 6.84%. In the last 7 days, it's up 11.85%, which is good. I need them to go a higher. Shiba was, I think, at number 17, now the rank number 16. So it actually went up in the rankings. So let's take a look at this real quick. Let's tell it real quick. This is why I like this little tool here. It's going to tell us what our Shiba is doing. Well, what my Shiba is doing. I don't know if you guys Shiba. Actually, it went down in the rankings. One had went up and then went down again. Just tell you, I don't really pay attention to this stuff as much as I need to. But Shiba was up at one point, 15, and it went down to 16. I thought for all this time it was at 17, but it still have a market cap of 7.80 billion. That's crazy, 7.80 billion. And in the last 24 hours, you can see the transaction was 214 billion.92. Man, that's a lot of money. People is buying this stuff. But you know what? I need them to lose more zeros because I'm trying to wait. This is why this is my retirement right here that I really didn't tell nobody about. But we got all these zeros, right? If we lose three more zeros, even if we lose two zeros, right? We'll have a few $100,000 in this stuff. If we lose three zeros, man, your boy gonna be a smooth double millionaire. I'll have a couple hundred thousand, 100 million. Cause I got a lot of this stuff, right? I got a lot of this stuff, and I'm gonna hold on to it no matter what. I'm not telling you to buy this, right? This is not financial advice, so don't do what I'm telling you to do. Don't do what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to do. Okay, so you can see that the account is up, right? I added a couple dollars in there. I spend it, so you guys can see. Um, I bought a couple more things. I think I bought like $6 worth of Palantir, um, which is all I could spend in here. That was an extra. Well, I added a couple more positions to this right here, and we're gonna build this up slowly, slow motion. Because I'm gonna spread this stuff out to make sure I'm getting dividend from all of these bad boys. Right now, as you can see, I got some lower yield, but all of these are decent yield. It's not crazy, nothing really crazy in here, except for my yield max. But everything else giving decent yield, so I can't complain. Okay, but we had some dividend. I found it. I came in, but it updated. It updated. Let me see. Let me go back over here. Load up, buddy. Load up. I'm gonna apologize for my little one because you hear her yapping in the background. She's been quiet all day. All of a sudden, now she want to talk. So I got a 1 penny came in. Let me go in here on dividends. So I got an extra penny that came in from the dividend. Not bad, right? The first week. Now this week we should get some more money coming in this week. We might get a few more cents, but every week this thing is gonna grow until we start receiving $1, then $2, then $3, and $4 until we get to that $10,000, $20,000 mark. That's the goal. Okay, guys. But I did buy a couple of things in here today. Um, let me see. Go back to all. Switch. Now this is all the stuff I bought today. See, you can see my little $1. I spent $1. I spent $6 on Palantir, but that was a leftover. Then I spent $1 on everything else the last 7 hours. So your boy been spending some money. This was last 16 when I started buying stuff into the portfolio. So the portfolio, like I said, is going gradually. It's easier to build a fractional share portfolio than it is to build a portfolio that you have to buy full shares. Yeah, I still got $8 and something sitting here. That $8 could be giving me dividend on the on Friday, but because I only can buy stuff that below $8, maybe I can buy some USA, but USA don't pay no dividend on Friday. But I'm gonna look through that and see what else I can buy. Some Alti, maybe Alti pay dividend. Alti will pay dividend, but Alti paying like 10 cents and stuff like that. But I mean, it's depressing, Alti stuff. So I just refresh it, and I mean, our negative balance is going down. It's not a much, went down a couple percent. But the good thing is, right now, if I can throw a couple $1,000 into this account, I have some money coming in the next week or two. So I might just throw 5 grand in here. Um, maybe I might not throw five. Maybe I put in five, but I will probably add a difference to get it to $15,000. Which is like 2,000 something dollars, 3,000 something dollars. I need to throw in here. That will get my total cost to 15,000. Even though we're down, right? We're down 2 grand, but with that, we throw that much money in there, we can buy a few things that are gonna help decrease that negative, right? A lot of this stuff in here is that's high, crazy, $200 up. Is all of Misty. Buying more Misty will definitely help. But I probably throw all that money I get in that buy more Misty. buy more Misty, buy more Palantir. These guys, buy more of these. And I'm trying to cut down all of those funds. Like I got Nvidia, Palantir, MARO. I'll probably get rid of um, this fund, and I get rid of some of these funds that the yield max fund. I don't need to have a bunch of them. I need to cut them down to where maybe I got two in each week or one in each week. Palantir and MARO, I think that's good. Nvidia, for now, I'm probably going to end up selling that. Um, you know, if I sell it 5 shares, I'm down $30. I probably made that already in dividend or most of it. So I'll probably sell that, put that money into something that's going to pay me more money. So I've been looking into some of that, getting rid of some of those yield max stuff, and you know, yeah, I like my Y bit, so I might keep. I'm gonna keep Y bit in this portfolio between my alt and Coney and AIYY. I need to decide if I'm going to sell or add more to this position. Um, you know, just keep to the Misty, Palantir, White Bit. Some of those guys that for me is regular. They might be good for other people, but I need to cut it down. And if I put that money into something else that's something that's durable that at least can recover like Palantir does, um, then I'll be good. Okay. That's what we are today. And I didn't buy nothing in here. Everything I bought was in this portfolio and in my main portfolio. I bought today. I bought $11,000 worth of Palantir in my main portfolio. I don't know if it updated yet. I sold $11,000, $11,339 worth of fiat. I got rid of that, and then I put that money into Palantir, and I put 4,000 into MARO, 4,600 into MARO. So those are the three things I bought today in the portfolio. MARO and PLTY is what I bought, and then I sold FIAT. I mean, that is a good position when the market is when everything going the other direction. It recuperated itself, and I was like, you know what? It looked like it's had to go down. Let me just sell it. I have the feeling the market is gonna gonna survive and kind of stay in place for us to be all right. So I mean, if it doesn't, I'm still good because I made my money back in that and I put into something else. That's it. You know what I mean? That's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do to keep doing what we need to do. So right now, like I said, we're in the positive on the portfolio, um, and I need to buy more stuff. So especially not in my regular portfolio, but in my retirement portfolio, I need to buy more stuff. I sold some CLM in my retirement portfolio. Now I was trying to sell 1,000 share of Whitebit at 1030, but that didn't go through. And right now it is. I was just looking at this on here. What is Whitebit right now? It dropped down, so it's like at 1020. So it's at 1020. So I'm gonna keep my eye on it, see if it goes up tomorrow. But definitely tomorrow I need to sell. I might not sell all of it. I might just sell enough to go into the new position. So the price dropped about $6. At some point it got to my price, but it didn't sell because nobody would buy at my price. I wanted 1030, but now it's gone back down. So we'll wait until tomorrow. And this is not in this portfolio. This is in my other account, my retirement account. The money that I'm trying to raise up to like 90K to buy this property. But I don't want to lose a lot of it in return because I'll have to wait for the account to get back up. So I'm trying to be more cautious. So it didn't sell. Um, so I can always try to see if it'll go up in extended hour, but right now it's not look like they're doing anything, so we just wash it. If it goes up, then we'll buy it. If not, we'll wait another day. We'll live to fight another day. That's what we're doing right now. Live to fight another day. So the income dropped down because I sold fiat, but once everything update, I sold fiat um and bought MARO and Palantir, right? So I got 200 shares of Palantir. I got 200 shares of MARO. So that should increase the income probably for the same amount once this thing update at some point. Um, this is mostly infidelity. So let me see if I can update infidelity, if it will update now. Sometimes stuff that never works when you need it to, right? It might update after the fact. And we've got our annual income has went up for the next 12 months to 16 cents in Robinhood, right? And we just spent what, $60, and it's went up to $21. So that's good because of the not Misty, because of Palantir. Probably that went up because of Palantir. Let's see if this went back up. They still haven't updated yet. Let's see if this update. I'll be excited when this thing gets to $12,000. It's a work in progress. So right now, this is where we are. This thing still need to update, right? So it might show up tomorrow or sometime when doing this video. It's gonna update itself and do whatever it needs to do. So, like I said, the income went down. That income shouldn't count towards the income because this fee I already paid for this month. Now, next month is a different story, but we're trying to balance everything for this month. And I believe Palantir and MARO is a better deal right now. And you guys can let me know if I'm wrong or not, but I think it's a better deal than fiat because, like I said, it was trying to drop. Once the market starts to go up, it's going to go down. And we don't know how long the market is going to be flipping back and forward. But for this week, I need to get some more income in to help with the margins. Okay, so that's where we are. Nothing really changed for the entire month. The overall, um, the income level is still go up and down, right? But we're still on track for our 5 year goal. Um, so I'm good with that. In 5 years, we're still on track to get to that 4 million in value, overall value in the portfolio. Um, and if the market continues to improve, then we'll get there faster. If the market slows down, we're gonna slow down. As you guys seen, right? I'm gonna start putting more funds into my lower yield to raise them up in value also, right? Because a lot of my income right now coming from my extreme high yield portfolios, my extreme high yield accounts that I bought ETFs and stuff like that. So I need to make sure that I'm putting more money back into my SPY, my JEPI, JEPQ, my VNQ, those things that I had in my portfolio, right? I need to add more money into those to build them up because, like I say, I need to be able to get what I need to live off of those lower yield, medium yield positions. So whenever my high yield, extreme high yield is acting crazy, it doesn't matter because I'm already making what I need to live. That's why I tell you guys, if you need 30,000, have 30 positions, right? And make sure, 3,000, have 30 positions, make sure each one of those is generating $100 a month. That would have your $3,000 spread out. So you're not just getting $3,000 for one position, right? So you can have one position that give you $3,000, but if that position have a problem, then you have a problem. But if you have 30 positions paying you $3,000 a month, it's like having one property that pay you 3,000 and you have 30 property and you still get 3,000. Now it seems like, oh man, that's a lot, man. You got 30 property to make 3,000. that's like on the extreme, right? We're not talking about property, but if let's say you have 5 or 6 properties, 6 properties are paying you 15,000, I mean $3,000 a month after everything, and you got one property that paying you $3,000 a month, right? When that one property is vacant, guess what? Your income stops. But if you have 6 property and you got one property out of that 6 is vacant, you're still getting income from the other 5, right? That's why I tell you guys, don't just buy, oh, well, I like these positions, so I buy these positions. No, if you want to be on the safe side, you have your lower yield that generate enough income that you will live, and then your high yield can kind of add to that, right? So that's the whole gist behind my strategy to take from the high yield, put it into lower yield positions. Okay, guys. Now, I hope I cover everything today. There wasn't too many questions in the comments for me to kind of jump on. I know. Let me see, Mark. Mark always leaving comment, man. Mark is like a motivator. Mark said he bought 300 shares of SPY, and then he made a few $100 selling a couple calls. Um, he probably gonna buy another 1,000 shares of Palantir. That was, I believe, today. So this was from yesterday. And what else he said over here? Palantir is expensive, but I pay almost $5 a share. We're gonna buy another 1,000 shares of Palantir. Well, you got some money, boy. How much money you got that, Mark? You need to send some my way. You're gonna buy 1,000 shares of Palantir on ex-dividend day. That's before ex-dividend day. You got some money, my brother. But hey, you doing good. Keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I am trying to balance my portfolio a little bit. I cannot sell all my high yield because I got a lot of stuff I need to pay off. So, but eventually the goal is to pay, once I get to a certain amount of money, to take that money and put it into my lower yield, that's going to generate, a good amount. I think for me, 100K a year is more than what I'm going to need. But in the interim, what I'm trying to build my portfolio up, getting that up to a higher number is good. And then once I get there, I can start taking my time and bringing it back down. So we might not get to $1 million in income a year. We might not get that, right? We might get to 500K like we are right now, getting close to that 500K mark, and get there and say, you know what? Let's start balancing things out. Because once the margins are taken care of, we ain't got nothing else to worry about, because all the money coming in is our money. That's the main thing I'm trying to make you guys understand, right? If I put in 200K and I get in 200 plus K back in a year, that means I already make my money back in a year. So even if the portfolio drop, it really doesn't matter, because I'm making my money while the portfolio go down, and it might go back up to a certain point, and that money is going to continue to come in. At some point, it will drop, like PLTY now, paying a little crappy change. But at some point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell out my PLTY, cut my losses, then thinking of something else that's going to generate, probably Palantir or Misty, going to continue to generate some high income. Okay, guys. So remember, guys, this is not financial advice. We're just having a conversation about what I'm doing with my portfolio and what other people that post comments on this channel are doing with their portfolio. And we go from there. We learn from each other, and we learn to not repeat the mistakes, right? Sometimes it's hard, but we got to do what we got to do, because we human, we make mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes. So with that being said, guys, I want you guys to have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you guys made a bunch of money today. I made a little bit in my portfolio, so I'm happy. You can see I'm smiling. I made a little bit of money in the portfolio. It's not where we need to be, but it's better than taking losses every day and because the market is dropping due to somebody else's. I'm not even going to say it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so new subscribers, stay blessed. Keep investing in yourself, because you're not doing this for me. You're not doing it for your cousin, your uncle. You're doing it for you and your kids. If you don't have kids, you're doing it for yourself, maybe your family, whatever it is, whatever works for you. But do what you need to do to get you to the next level. Okay, guys? Now, like I said, I want to apologize for my baby earlier. She was yapping in the background, so I had to pause the video a few times, calm her down. But right now she's watching cartoons and she's quiet. And we're gonna leave it there. So have a blessed day. I love you guys.